should probably add myself to the stage. That would be helpful. I was like, where did I go? Hello. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Come on in. Okay, question I have for you all as you all are joining. International Women's Day is this weekend. Despite it being removed from a lot of calendars, which I posted about yesterday, which is crazy to me, along with Pride Month, and so many others. So we need to be very loud and proud for the things that we care about these days. Women being one of them. So for International Women's Day and Women's History Month, why are you proud of being a woman? Why are you proud of being a woman? Also, is there a speaker sister or someone in the group that you want to shout out? Anyone that you have been watching, either had a coffee date with, or maybe just watching from afar? Who have you been watching in the speaker sister group, and how can you share some love today? For me, there's a lot of reasons why I'm proud of being a woman. I think that a lot of what we've had to accomplish is because we've had to be better than men in order to do it. We can't just be as good as men. We have to be better. So all of you who are out there crushing it, going on stages, going on podcasts, putting yourself out there, the hill is steeper for us, and you all are putting your walking shoes on and doing it. Okay. Karen is killing it. Yes, she is. Proud and Mic Drop Academy grad. We love Karen. Let's see. Corey Lowe, you are helping me push forward every day. Corey is out there crushing it. Corey is also a really great follow on LinkedIn. She's one of my favorite follows. Let's see. Met her a year ago on Zoom and she's just taken off. I love it. Whitney, we can birth anything we put our minds to, including other human beings. It's incredible. That is so true. I love that. Okay. So, keep it coming. Give some shout outs in the chat. Why do you love being a woman? But I also want to give some shout outs to you all. So let me share my screen really quick. There we go. Some wins I have seen recently. Let's see. Bailey spoke at her first conference about volunteerism. And might I say, Bailey, your hair, like your look just looks photoshopped. It's so good. You crushed it. A proud moment for me. I spoke in Iowa last week and got to share the stage with Jackie Coffey, who is a Mic Drop Academy alumni. You all know that the thing that I love more than speaking on stage myself is watching you all speak on stage, but sharing the stage with you all. So I absolutely loved seeing Jackie on the same stage as me. And we got Shireen over here with a $15,000 speaking gig. Shireen is swinging for the damn fences and love to see it. But you know what I also love to see? This. 300 people liked it. Almost 100 comments. This is the definition of the speaker sisterhood, celebrating each other for their wins. So I not only love Shireen's 15K gig, I love how you all showed up and celebrated with her. I also loved Karen introducing herself, joining the group, accepting the challenge to do virtual coffee date. And look at all these people that are saying, I would love to do a virtual coffee date with you. Literally makes my heart sing, seeing you all meet up virtually, in person. And speaking of meeting up virtually or in person, we had our second Mic Drop Club yesterday. For those of you who are unfamiliar, I know there's a lot of mic drops out there, and we're working on making it a little bit more clear. Mic Drop Club is our women's public speaking club. And so this has nothing to do with the business of speaking. It is all around the skill and the confidence of speaking. So we meet virtually every month, the first Thursday of every month. So yesterday we met and our focus was eye contact. And so you'll see some women posting in the Speaker Sister group right now a picture of their cameras. And we encouraged people to put something at that green dot to encourage you to look into the green dot so you can have eye contact when you're on Zoom calls or speaking virtually. So Melanie putting her green dot there. For anyone that is wanting to join Mic Drop Club as a Mic Drop student, you get 50% off annual. So you can go to micdropworkshop.com/club and put in MDWS 25 for half off of annual. We will be meeting in person next month. So we have about 16 cities that we are launching in, which I'm so freaking excited. So we have Raleigh, Atlanta, Los Angeles, New York, Toronto, San Antonio, Austin, Philadelphia, Nashville. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of them, but you can see the city drop down at micdropworkshop.com/club. And Jane, thank you for putting that in the chat. Okay. Let's see, Shireen, if you are not getting those emails, shoot us an email, club@micdropworkshop.com, so we can make sure we get that going. All right. What questions do you all have for me? Where do we find the dates? So Kelly, those will be online, micdropworkshop.com/club, but each in-person club is going to have a different date in April that they're meeting. And so we'll release those dates next week. But the date for virtual meetups is the first Thursday of every month. We got Lauren Bean, our Raleigh club host. I love it. And Katie, yes, we do need one in Florida. Let's add that to the list. Okay. Let's see. Going through questions. I know I missed some at the top. Dr. Carol Wheeler doing an International Women's Day speech today at a Continental plant local to me. Love that. Reclaim your superpower speech for the first time. Julia, I met Jennifer Landis at the Raleigh Live Kickoff, and it's so cool to see her launch on LinkedIn. Love that. Is there any reviewers who can audit my worksheet in progress from the on-demand course? So those are things that you can do as a switch as a swap with other Speaker Sisters. You'll see that a lot in the group. People will put their transformation promise. Anyone want to swap footage? You watch mine, I watch yours. So that's a great way to use a Speaker Sister group. Let's see. Can you recommend places we join to practice? Do you recommend Toastmasters? So I have never done Toastmasters before, but this is why we started Mic Drop Club as a way for you to practice. So this is our version of a way for women to practice in low stakes environments with supportive women around you. So I've never done Toastmasters before, but that is why we started Mic Drop Club. So I would encourage you to join us there. Try it out. Let's see. Stacy, if you're in Mic Drop Virtual, can you make a live when you attend, or is there a separate way to attend? If you're in the virtual only option for Mic Drop Club and you want to attend a city meetup that's close to you, reach out to us, club@micdropworkshop.com, and we will change your membership to go to a certain city. Let's see, share. I've identified my 5 messages and stories and have come up with my 5 spikes, but I feel stuck on nailing down the details of my stories. What should I do to move forward? Okay, so let's say you all have the lessons that you want to share, like the spikes that Cher is talking about, but you're stuck on figuring out the stories. What I would do is I would set a timer for 5 minutes and go one by one through each lesson that you want to share and do a brain dump of asking yourself the question, when did I learn this the hard way? So let's say your spike is around, seeing failures as trying. Okay, set your timer for 5 minutes, word dump. What was a time that I learned that failures are signs that I'm trying the hard way? And you'd be surprised when you set a timer and ask yourself, like, when was I the student of this? When did I learn this the hard way? And instead of trying to create a keynote, that can be really daunting. So set a timer, 5 minutes each spike. And when did I learn it the hard way? This is also another great opportunity to meet up with a speaker sister and just chat through it too. But I would start with a timer. Let's see, Ruby, I'm doing my second live keynote at Discover Card next week. Amazing. Igniting the warriors within. That's incredible. Discover, what a huge company. Julia, do you have any favorite apps to help manage the social media aspect of a speaking business? Good question, because I know this feels like, just absolute cluster trying to be like TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram. I know there are services called Hootsuite and Later that allow you to post on different platforms. But I would actually encourage you to maybe pick one to focus on, like LinkedIn, and just post natively there, meaning posting within the app. The reason why I say this is because sometimes the algorithm of some of these social platforms will not push out a post that has been auto-published by a third party. And so my suggestion would be like pick one platform, LinkedIn, and just focus on posting natively there. And you can use the scheduling feature on LinkedIn as well. It's like you create a post and hit schedule for later. Let's see. Oh, good. I'm glad you're going to go to Indy to meet some speaker sisters. Let's see. And yeah, you can totally do both Toastmasters and Mic Drop Club. Love that. Jennifer, has anyone transitioned from speaking in STEM to speaking for more general audiences? I think what I would love to address here is if you started speaking with a super niche topic and now you want to expand. So maybe that's STEM, maybe it's, we have some people that speak around like being caregivers or, something that is very specific. We speak to entrepreneurs, and now I want to use this as a bigger topic. The thing I would think about, Jennifer, is what is it about STEM that the mass audience needs to know? So someone that will never touch STEM doesn't even know what it is. Is it around problem solving? Is it around thinking critically? Is it about using facts over thoughts? So what's like the takeaway that you learn from teaching STEM that you can apply to an audience that won't ever touch it? And then start building a new keynote around that. Nicole, how do we expand the audience I'm targeting? My audience is women, primarily religious, but that's a pretty small group. What would be ways to expand my own stuck viewpoint? Okay, so you have women who are like in the religious, field. That's your circle. So what's the one layer out of that? Is it religion to everyone? So speaking at churches and religious conferences, or is it women? So going from speaking to like religious women to speaking to women, or religious women to speaking at religious groups. So I would say, what is like the next degree outside of that? And start speaking there. However, I will say, if you want to expand outside of religion, speaking at corporations and, other forms of conferences, then I would make your next move speaking to women. And kind of same thing that I was saying to Jennifer, what's a message that's already within your story that you can share to a group that maybe isn't religious or that isn't the same that they can learn from? Let's see. How do you suggest how to make a speaking video so you can submit for applications? So what I would do is find ways to get your own footage if you can. In Mic Drop Academy, we're starting to do these speaker footage retreats where women can actually come get footage after they go through the academy. But if you are just getting started, I would even just do something like this, like what I'm doing right now, speaking to the camera and say your speaker statement, say who your ideal audience is and who you want to speak to. That's one way to do it. You can also rent out a conference room, a co-working space, something like that, put up a camera. I actually just bought, I thanks to Jennifer Landis, another Mic Drop Academy grad that was at our speaker footage retreat. This like DJI Opus Pro, literally, this is like your own videographer in your pocket. So I bring that with me now to gigs and kind of just set it up in the corner for more content. And then you can use Canva. They have a video editing tool to make it super easy if you want to cut clips together, put your logo on top of it, before you want to hire a videographer. So that's what I would suggest. Let's see. I feel like my outreach emails to people to pitch my keynote go unanswered. I'm afraid they're going to spam. Any way to ensure deliverability if this is in fact what's happening? I know like there are things like Mail Tracker or something like that where you can see where your emails are landing. Two suggestions I have. One, make sure you're also reaching out on LinkedIn, sending them a connection with a note. Don't just send the connection, send the note. And two, use Loom, which is a video recording software. There's a free version that's totally fine. It's loom.com. And it basically sends them a video email. And then you will get a notification when they watch it. And so you know that if they're getting it. So those are two things I would suggest. Oh, Renee, this is awesome. One of my girlfriends posted my TED Talk on her LinkedIn, and her coworker saw the post and is booking me to speak at her company. Remember to ask your friends to support you. Freaking amazing. I love that. Let's see. Bailey, afraid to ask this question. I recently came out as a transgender man. Am I still welcome in the Speaker Sister group? I would love to continue to be a Speaker Sister here. Absolutely, Bailey. And we thank you for your honesty and coming forward. You are 100% welcome here with open arms. And congratulations as well. Let's see. Karen uses Mail Suite. That is wonderful. Yeah, Loom has a Google Chrome extension that is super helpful as well. So you can go ahead and film those videos. I also use Loom if there is an event that you really want to speak to and you find it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect event. And you're like, I really want to get this. Then go on their website and use Loom to record a video to them using their website as the backdrop. So what this does is when you send that video to them, they see that this is actually a video for them. This video is for them because they're like, oh, wow, she has our website in the background. It's not just, hi, insert company here. I really want to speak at your event. It's like, oh, wow, she created this video for us. So use their website as the background of who you are pitching. Karen said, I just got a meeting because of my Loom video. I asked the contact why. She replied, what piqued her interest? She said it was because my unique approach with my Loom video. I had her website up in the back. Beautiful, Karen. Love that. That is a great way to do it. The other thing I would do is I would say their name in the first second, like, hi, Karen, or like, hi, Bailey, hi, Julia. And that way, again, they know it is personalized to them. Keep it under a minute or so. And remember, the goal of any first outreach, whether it's Loom or you're sending an email, is to get them on the call. It's not to give them all the information. It's to get them on the call. So it's your speaker statement, why you'd be a great fit for their event, aka do your homework, know what their theme is or who they're trying to reach. So they would love to get on a call to discuss possibilities. So that is the goal. Catherine, what was the recording stick you held up? This is called Opus, OPUS Pocket 3. And it is so cool. You literally put the screen on and then now it is like HD 4K camera. You can also get a mic. Thank you, Heather, for posting that in the chat. You can also get a mic that goes with it. And it has been a game changer for filming content. Okay, what other questions do you have? Let me know if I missed anything. Also, we are hosting a TEDx bootcamp next week. Maybe some of you have seen it. You can join. It's $49 and you're welcome to join. On day 3, we will be talking about mic drop workshop for any women in the TEDx bootcamp that want to join. So that might sound redundant to you since you're already in mic drop workshop. But if you want to join just to have more of a focus and accountability on TEDx, then you're more than welcome to join. We are also hosting that bootcamp on Mighty Networks because we are testing out communities outside of Facebook. As you know, Facebook and a lot of these other tech bro companies have been really disappointing in their DEI practices. And so we are exploring new platforms, Mighty Networks being one of them, to host our communities. So it's a way for us to test a new community platform and also learn about TEDx. So that is coming next week. Another announcement, the Spring Academy is full. So I'm so excited for any of you. Actually, let me know if you're here and you're joining us in the Spring Academy. We are full. So excited to meet all of you women starting next week. If you want, we're already filling up spots for fall. That starts in September. And again, our academy is for women who are already speaking. Maybe you've spoken before, maybe it was paid, maybe it was free, and you want to make speaking closer to your full-time job. You want to have a book, you want to have a podcast, you really want to hone in on thought leadership. So that's who the academy is for. Let's see, Beth, Mighty Networks has been easy to navigate in another group. That is wonderful. Let's see. Thank you for exploring options. Circle, I've heard about Circle as well. Let's see, Katie's in the Spring Academy. Love it. Rhonda, you're in the Spring Academy. Beautiful. Let's see. Do you have a written template that talks about the willing to waive fees in lieu of wording? I'm seeing a lot of speaking applications that say they don't pay for speakers. So maybe you're saying like, I'm willing to waive fees, but this is what I need in return. If that's what you're saying, Robin. So I don't have a template for that because I need that to happen on a call. But here's some talking points that you can do. We don't like to do any kind of pricing discussions or negotiations via email because it's really easy to lose someone versus being on the phone with someone or being on a Zoom call. It's easy to say like, how do we make this a win-win? How can we partner on this? Okay, we don't have a budget, but we do have an email list of 20,000 people. Okay, great. Well, after the event, you send an email blast of my speaking website or my podcast, whatever it might be. So if an event does not have a budget, here are some of the things that I would on the call say, I get that you don't have a speaking budget. Here are some things that are really helpful and really valuable to me if we could work this in for my compensation. Will you have a photographer and videographer there? If so, I would love to have access to those photos and videos that I can use for myself. That's an easy one. The other thing I say is if you are happy with what I put out there, I would love if you could write a testimonial that I can use on my website. That's number 2. And then number 3 is I would say the other thing that's super helpful for me is referrals to other events. And so I would love it if after this event is done and you're happy with it and we do a testimonial, if you could make an email introduction to 3 other similar events that you think my message would be a good fit for. So those are some of the things that I would say in conversation with a meeting planner to, again, make it like Michelle in Mic Drop Academy says, make it a win-win. How do we make this a partnership? We would love to partner with you on this event instead of making it feel like a one-way transaction of book me to speak. Let's see. Do you have a speaker sheet for guesting on podcasts? What are your recommendations for getting on podcasts? We don't have anything around podcasting right now. That's something I'm interested in, is to like how we can support you all in getting on podcasts. But I would say it's very similar to how you're pitching for speaking. It's knowing, what their podcast is, who their target is, and crafting your pitch to meet that. The one other thing that I will say for podcast pitching that I think will increase your chances of getting on it is do the legwork for them. How do they structure their titles? What kinds of titles do they use for their episodes? And go ahead and write 3 to 5 suggested titles for your episode in your pitch. So let's say for example, this podcast I reached out to, almost all of their titles are how to blank, like how to gain followers, how to make more money, how to start a community. And so I'm like, okay, I would love to be on your show, and I can do how to become a public speaker because I know that's the format of their show. So that's one thing I would look at, is like, how do they do their episodes and create the suggestions for them. Becca, any recommendations on what to say to someone when someone says, let me know what I can do to help you? I emailed this person saying I'd love to speak at his organization. Didn't hear back yet. It's kind of the things that I listed before. I guess is this, I'm kind of unclear as to like what the context is. I guess this is someone you pitched to, haven't heard back yet. Let me know what I can do to help you. Always just saying like, do you know anyone booking speakers that you can introduce me to? That is like the number one thing that is most helpful, is those warm introductions. So I say, yeah, do you know anyone that's booking speakers? Or is there anyone at your company that is like in charge of programming? Or, hey, do you have a women's employee resource group? That's another way to like get their juices flowing. A lot of people just aren't thinking about how to help you. They need to be told. So saying, here are the things that are helpful to me. Review my book. Introduce me to speaking opportunities. Like, just don't be afraid to ask for it. And what's the worst thing that can happen? They don't answer you. They say no. And you're right back where you started. Karen, Mic Drop Academy is amazing. It's been a game changer for me, and several of my cohort sisters are friends. We mentor each other on another level. Oh, that's amazing, Karen. P.S. As of this month, I've recouped my investment. Love that. That is music to my ears. I promise I didn't plant Karen in the comments to say any of those things. Okay, we are almost at time. So I would say just right now, it's March. People are still really heavily booking speakers for this year. So I would say March and April, keep hitting the ground running, finding opportunities, putting yourself out there, because things will definitely die down starting like Memorial Day and over the summer. And so that's a good time to work on your keynote, work on your website, all of those things. But right now, this is hands down the most I've booked at this time of the year. So it is, the most speaking at like, what month is it? March. As of right now, we've already like contracted almost more than what we did entire 2024. So events are alive and well. And so keep putting yourself out there, and remember, those yeses are sometimes on top of a pile of no's. People don't see the no's. It doesn't mean things are not working. I still get rejected all the time. It's all a part of the process. All right. Thanks for tuning in. And I will see you all next month. Have a good weekend. Or I'll see you in the TEDx bootcamp if you're there. Bye, everyone.